What, this guy? He's just being a little silly Billy. Hello and welcome to the Hypertrophy Odyssey, chapter 177. It is the 4th day of the week, aka the shotgun dropkick workout. I am on my way to the gym right now, and I'm feeling good. Feeling great, actually. I'm looking forward to this workout, but besides that, let's get to the main subject matter for today. So today's subject matter is a little bit of a thing that came up the other day. One, because I was just thinking about something when I was at the gym, and then another day I was listening to someone who was, I think it was an Eric Bugenhagen video where he was like him lifting, and I was just like, oh yeah. So I guess the main thing about it is being a silly guy at the gym and or being a little silly at the gym. And I think it is something that people take a little too seriously whenever they're at the gym. They don't really have necessarily a lot of fun. They're already doing something that is not as fun for some, although it should be fun in theory. Generally speaking, of course, I'm talking about your workout. If you're not enjoying your workout, then what are you really doing? Unless your job is an athlete, then obviously that's a little different. But even then, still, in essence, those who are having fun with what they're doing is going to have a little bit of a better time, especially when it comes to weightlifting. So it is what it is. So the reason why I said this is, or even thought about this, was because the other day I was like, I forgot what song came on, but I was like dancing between sets. Not necessarily like a lot of a dance, but like, you know, like moving around a little bit, and I was being a little silly guy at the gym, and I was like, does anybody really care if I'm doing this? And then I was like, then it started making me think of like the meta of everything and what's going on and all that other stuff, and I was like, who cares? You know, like, who gives a fuck? Like, really, if I see a guy dancing, you know what I'm thinking? Oh, okay, cool. If I see a guy like thrashing his head, okay, cool. It's all good to me because we're there having a good time being partners in the game of iron while we're all doing the same thing. We're just having a little bit of a silly fun time by ourselves. So that's why I thought about it. But I guess I just wanted to delve a little bit deeper into some of the things, like whether or not you are that type of person, why I feel like I could just get away with it, and a few other things like that. But we can get into that in the voiceover. But for now, I guess what you don't see in between sets and all that other stuff, because you only usually see the final set on this video, or on these videos, usually. Between each set, I'm usually like sitting there nodding my head with the music, do a little dance, do a little jiggle, you know, I'm having a little bit of a fun thing, you know, I'm having a fun time and stuff like that. So that is something. Maybe one day I can make a compilation of all the times I've like danced between stuff, but I mean, realistically, I'd have to go back through a lot of footage in order to do that, but we'll see about that. That might be a future thing, but who knows. But for now, I just want to say, currently, that's what I like to do personally. I'm a little bit of a silly guy. It's always fun to have a little bit of a silly time, especially here where you're surrounded by big, puffy, strong dudes that are very serious and jacked. But let's get more about that on the inside. Alright, so started this day off with leg extensions, which were fine. But anyways, to get back to the main subject matter. Having fun at the gym. Most of the time you don't really see me having fun here. You just see me doing the exercises as prescribed here. The reason why I end up having a little bit of fun in between sets is because why not? It seems as though there are a lot of people that go to the gym and are very serious about it. And understandably so. Obviously you want to lock in whenever you need to lock in, but there are other times where you just have a little bit of fun, be a little bit of a dancing bird or whatever the hell you want to describe it as. A fun guy. I think if you're going to go somewhere and do something, you got to have a little bit of fun with it. I don't think that there are places where you shouldn't try to have a little bit of fun. If there are places like that, maybe like, you know, serious places like a funeral or something like that, but maybe those not so much. But work or like the gym or things like that, you just want to have a little bit of a nice time, make things a little bit livelier, a little bit more friendlier. And I think that is why I like to have a little bit of fun whilst at the gym in between sets and all this other stuff, because it really does liven up the mood a little bit, even if it is to myself. And I think people care too much about making an ass of themselves when in reality no one cares. Like, that is probably going to be a subject for a different video, but really no one cares. Like, Everybody is so preoccupied with their own thing going on, especially something at like the gym. No one is going to really care or mention or anything. The most that you'll ever really get is somebody might give you a nickname in their head. That's about it. That's all. That's really it. And who cares even then? It's just like, oh, it's the guy that likes to dance. Call him Dancer or whatever the fuck they want to say. So that's why I like to just have fun in between sets and try to have fun in the middle of sets sometimes. That's why you'll see me in certain sets will start mouthing the lyrics of songs, because I am trying to just focus on the music and getting this set done, because holy Jesus, if it's not like that, then I'd be thinking about other shit that doesn't really matter. I think there's a fine line between like having fun and then think just too much fun, I guess. I think that is something for a different day. We'll probably discuss the gym group, because there's always like a group of people that are discussing more than lifting, which that's a whole other story for a whole other day. But for now, if you're having fun at the gym, I feel like you're doing half the battle, really. I don't think that it's a good idea to go to the gym and not have fun somewhere or somehow. I think that it is a bad idea, honestly, and mostly in anything, really. If you're gonna just go and do something, have fun with it, because if you're not gonna have fun with it, it's just gonna be a bad time. It's basically a area where I would like to have fun. That's one thing I do miss about going to the gym with my brother, was the talking aspect of it. Going with a partner is infinitely better in the sense of fun-wise than going by yourself, just because when you go by yourself, you're just kind of locked into your own world there. You don't really have anybody to discuss with or do anything, and you can easily be distracted by your phone. What is it? With going somebody at the gym, you can really have a good time with them and also have a little bit more fun than you would by yourself. But that isn't necessarily always the case. And also, I think it's important to remember that you're at the gym, so have fun, but also concentrate on doing your workout. Sometimes we can all get lost in the sauce and get a little bit too distracted on things, specifically if we're in a group or if you're on your phone, because that's happened to me multiple times. It's happened a lot, quite frequently, where I'm just like in the zone and then I get out of the zone because I see something on my phone, and then that just ruins it. But I don't think that people have fun on their phones when they're at the gym. They're just trying to be distracted by literally anything that will take them, because they're just so tired. But that's, I feel like, honestly, sometimes a cope, because some people will not put the effort in where it's worth it. And then sometimes you don't even want to think. You just want to stare off into the blank space and do absolutely nothing but really focus on what's going to happen in the next 2 minutes, because you know it's about to be hell to pay. So at the end of the day, all I really want to say is have fun when you're working out, because it is a time to have fun. Why not? You're there. You just might as well have a little bit of a fun enjoyment. Whenever I'd go with someone, like my brother or anything like that, it was always a fun time. It's never a bad time, because there's no point in trying to make it a bad time. You're already beating the shit out of your body, so just might as well keep it lively and fun in between the beatings that you're doing as well. And that goes for work too. Sometimes you gotta keep up the jokes, so then that way, it's all smile and games, and then don't really have to worry about working. We are just silly little guys living in the silly little world. And we're back! Welcome to the workout debriefing. Exercises not filmed. None! Exercises skipped. Also none. Got everything in, thankfully. I am on the way back home. I am super tired. My legs feel pretty good. This wasn't as intensive and set heavy as they would normally be, but hey, it's not too bad, and I'm glad that I got this in. But anyways, back to the main subject matter at hand. Being a little silly guy at the gym. And I feel like there's a lot of joking around and stuff like that when you're in the gym a little bit, especially if you're with the other dudes, really. But I feel like that's a little different. If you're with the guys, you should be like pumping each other up to train. Nothing disappoints me more than seeing a group of guys being together and laughing and joking and being a numbnut whilst one is just doing the exercise. There are levels to it. When you're with someone, it's just like two of you. You one be doing one exercise while the other one's doing another one. You know what I mean? Like kind of like get each other, or get each other hyped, you know what I mean? Like there's a difference than just like lounging around and making the gym your social space. There you go. Making it your social space. But here's the thing, that we'll talk about it on a different day, I feel like, because this is a little different. This is more of a like treating the gym as something that is a little bit of a funner place, you know, like you can, you know, be happy, be a little stupid in there, and it's all good because realistically nobody gives a fuck if you're at the gym. Really, people don't really care. You're in there to get better. It's just like, it doesn't necessarily matter. Those who judge for that are judging are usually the ones that aren't working hard at the gym or just are being there as their social gathering place. Really, they are concentrated too much on the outside world of what's happening around them in the gym and not what's happening in their own workout. It's a little bit of a, like, you live in your own world. If another person peeks into it and they judge you for it over there or just make fun of you for it, well then, that's their fault, really. You know, they are going into your world. I mean, sure, you're in a shared space, but I mean, realistically, what do they know about you except for this guy's, you know, dancing to some good-ass music that he's probably listening to? That's it. It's just kind of interesting to me. Whenever I see somebody else doing it as well at the gym, I'm like, yes, they're having a good time. I'm glad to see that. And it's most of the time mostly dudes. I've never seen the occasional woman I occasionally see being like that, but it's mostly dudes, and I can understand why. Well, it is mostly dudes at the gym, but that's a whole other story for a whole other day. But anyways, personally, I do enjoy doing that. I enjoy being a little silly guy at the gym. There's nothing wrong with it. If people look at you, you're already at the gym, so people are going to look at you because they're going to be looking at everything else in the world because they just want to like concentrate on anything else in between sets. If they're really into the workout, if they're not really into the workout, they're going to be doing that anyway, but they're just going to be doing it with a little bit more mental clarity and less, oh god, feeling. But that's just me, and I feel like a lot of people should be a little silly whenever they do things, because why not? It makes life a little funner. If you are a little too uptight, especially in places like the gym, come on, brother. But it is what it is. With that being said, tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions about this one. This one is fun. I like the idea of having a little bit of fun in places, you know. It doesn't have to be always serious and uptight. You don't have to be up your own asshole all the time. You know, it all just depends, really. But tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions about this one. I will be back on tomorrow with a new video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video with anybody who may or may not like it. I will see you in the next one. Keep it heavy. Keep it warm out there because it's starting to get cold. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Keep it heavy. Peace!